Such a great question. This is our ingrained problem of humanity is if I'm unhappy, I have to change you. So I have to say I'm one voice. There's 100,000 voices out there that are readily available. We're trying to tell people, change what's inside and the outer world will change. Change what's inside, the outer world will change. My specialty in this, although I do focus in other areas, books and so forth, my specialty in this, and since we're talking about relationships, it's so obvious in a relationship, is try doing a fast from complaint. If you're a woman, Indra is a woman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, if you're a woman and you're in a relationship, try this experiment for 30 days. Try for 7 days. If it works, continue on, okay? If you see some noticeable change and you're in a relationship, notice any complaint that comes up inside of you and don't voice it. Now, you see, that would be a problem if you did that all the time. What happens is we complain, always the complaint is, I'll give you the simple complaint. You left the shoes on, you left a mess in the living room. You expect me to pick it up for you. Am I your maid? Okay, so that's a complaint. You can become aware that you did that and practice, don't do that. Don't do that. So what do? You can't really stop something, interrupt a pattern, unless you can shift to something else. So this is called pattern interrupt by saying to yourself, this is a practice. Even you might have to spend a week practicing before you actually get to the good stuff. So you notice at the end of the day, you reflect how many complaints that I have. And then you want to just say to yourself, stand in that position where you're expressing that complaint to your partner in your mind, and then go, as you step backwards, stop, stop, stop. That's it. Okay, these are like little techniques, okay? But you want to just say to you, stop, stop, stop. And then you go, what is it that I'm asking my partner to do? Just start becoming aware that every complaint is actually a request. That's a helpful technique. Another technique, stop, stop, stop. What do I want to tell my partner? Let me tell somebody else. So you have a complaint partner and you call your friend, and any complaint you have about your husband, you call your complaint partner and you complain to them. You say, my husband, he said this, he said this, he said this, he said this. I can't believe it. He said this, he did. Because that person will hear you. When your complaints are heard, it's the first step to giving up complaining to change somebody. Because women feel heard, they let it go. If men can forget it, they let it go. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Not a problem. I'll go play tennis. That's it. I'm done. And women are like, I'll go play tennis, but I'm still thinking about that. Still thinking about that. You need to go talk to somebody. So pattern interrupt, stop, stop, stop. Now let me go talk. Who can I talk to? And if you can't talk to anybody, find somebody. There's plenty of people that would love to have a complaint sharing with you. Everybody, find a woman who wants to complain about her husband. Let's take turns. Let's compete. Okay, whatever. Get those complaints out there. And that's only step one. I have so many steps beyond that, but that's a very, very important step to break that pattern. Is a woman needs more estrogen in order to let go of a pattern that doesn't work. Okay. By the way, verbalizing a complaint does produce estrogen. All right. That's why you complain. It's see me, hear me, look at me. But it doesn't help the man at all, and it doesn't have any productive result. So you have to shift from looking to that to produce estrogen to going somewhere where it's not going to ruin your relationship and affect your life in a negative way to rebuild your estrogen. So go hire a therapist, hire a coach, talk to them about your complaints. Your estrogen levels will go up. You need to find another source of estrogen in your life. There's a guy back in 30 years ago wrote a great book called Positive Addictions. If you have an addiction, find another addiction that doesn't destroy your life. Now, what I do is I go beyond positive addictions, but you start with just finding something else you can be addicted to that's not going to destroy your relationship. And that's the first step that I just talked about.